As we sit now to begin puja satsang this evening, we pray to Mataji on this Monday, a day dedicated to Shivji Bhagwan, that as we continue to offer our puja and prayer, we ask that she continue to bless us, keep us close to us, keep us close to her, and we ask that she continue to be with us always. We'll inhale, and as we exhale, we'll recite Om. Are we ready? Inhale. Om. Again. Om. And again. Gajananam bhutaganadisevitam kapitajambho phalacharubhakshitam umasutam shokavinashikarakam namami vighaneshwar pada pankajam. Om Vakratundaya Hum Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundaye Vichhe Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya. Har Nama Parvati Pataye Har 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 Mahadev. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanur Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Om Khadgam Chakra Gadeshu Chap Paridhan Shulam Bhushundi Shirah Shankam Sandadhatim Karotrinayana Sarvanga Bhushavritam Yam Hantu Madhukaita Bhojalajasu Bhushtav Supte Haro Nilashmad Dhutamasya Padashakham Seve Maha Kalika Seve Maha Kalika. Prem se bolo Shri Navadurga Devi Mata ki Jai. We offer Prarthana to Ganesh Ji In this chant that I've been singing on the nights that we are here, we ask Bhagwan to be with us. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Tintal. O Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Nam. Da din din da din din da din din da din din. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya. Siddhi Ganesha, Buddhi Ganesha, Siddhi Ganesha, Buddhi Ganesha, Riddhi Siddhi Pati Deva Ganesha, Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya. Vidya Ganapati, Siddhi Ganapati, Vidya Ganapati, Siddhi Ganapati, Buddhi Pradayak Mahaganapate, Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya. Mushakavahana Modakahasta, Mushakavahana, Mushakavahana Modakahasta, Mushakavahana, Pashankushadhar Das Keshavanut Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye 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 Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha. प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय. प्रार्थना to Ganesh ji, Lord of dance. I always say this. It seems sometimes contradictory that he seems that he is not able to dance. You know, when with his size as he's there, but he's a Lord of dance. And when he moves, the entire universe spins to his tune. We welcome Mataji as we've done before. Maya avo padharo. Do we have the words? Maya avo padharo hamare bhavan. Welcome to our home. Welcome to our heart. मैया आवो पधारो हमारे भवन, स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन, स्वागतम स्वागतम
आपका आगमन।
मैया आवो पधारो हमारे भवन,
आओ पधारो हमारे भवन,
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन, स्वागतम
स्वागतम आप आगमन।
भद्रकाली भी तुम, महाकाली भी तुम,
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 भद्रकाली भी तुम, महाकाली भी तुम। मैया तुमको जपे रात दिन मेरा मन, मैया तुमको जपे रात दिन।
मेरा मन,
माँ आवो पधारो हमारे भवन, माँ आवो पधारो
हमारे भवन,
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन,
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन।
हे मैया, we are offering all of our love to you. We welcome you in all of your motherly forms. मात अम्बे भी तुम, जगदम्बे भी तुम,
मात अम्बे भी तू, जगदम्बे भी तू,
मात अम्बे भी तुम, जगदम्बे भी तुम,
मात अम्बे भी तुम, जगदम्बे भी तुम,
मात अम्बे भी तुम, जगदम्बे भी तुम। मैया नाम हजारों हजारों नमन, मैया नाम हजारों
हजारों नमन।
माँ आवो पधारो हमारे भवन, माँ आवो पधारो
हमारे भवन,
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन,
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन।
मात भक्ति भी तुम, आदि शक्ति भी तुम,
मात भक्ति भी तुम, आदि शक्ति भी तुम,
मात भक्ति भी तुम, आदि शक्ति भी तुम। मैया निर्बल जनों का सहारा हो तुम,
मैया निर्मल जनों का सहारा हो तुम,
मैया निर्बल जनों का महारा है तुम,
मैया निर्मल जनों का सहारा हो तुम।
माँ आवो पधारो हमारे भवन,
आओ पधारो हमारे भवन,
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन,
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन,
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन।
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन।
सिंह के आसनी विद्य के वासनी,
सिंह की आसनी विद्य की वासिनी,
सिंह के वासनी विंध्य के वासनी। मैया दर्शन को कर देती पल में हनन,
मैया दर्शन को करनी
में हनन। माँ आवो पधारो हमारे भवन, माँ आवो पधारे
हमारे भवन,
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन,
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन,
मैया आवो पधारो हमारे भवन।
मैया आओ पधारो हमारे भवन।
मैया आवो पधारो हमारे भवन।
मैया आओ पधारो हमारे भवन।
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन।
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन।
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन।
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन।
स्वागतम स्वागतम आप आगमन।
स्वागतम स्वागतम आपका आगमन।
प्रेम से बोलो श्री नव दुर्गा देवी मैया की जय। ओम दिन पूजा है। नमस्ते अस्तु महामाये श्रीपीते सर्वपूज्यते शंख चक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते।
Lakshmi Mata, we invite you to stand as we welcome the Divine Mother. Swagatam Maya, Swagatam.
स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं मैया स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया
स्वागतम मैया
स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं मैया
स्वागतम तु स्वागतम शरणागतम मैया
स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया
स्वागतम मैया तु स्वागतम मैया
स्वागतं मैया स्वागतं मैया
Hari
शिवे सर्वार्थ
साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते शरणागति दीनार्थ
परित्राण परायणी
सर्व अर्थ हरि देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशी सर्वशक्ति समन्विते भयभ्यस्त्रायिनो देवी दुर्गा देवी नमोस्तुते दुर्गा देवी नमोस्तुते दुर्गा देवी नमोस्तुते
Hari Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi भुक्ति मुक्ति प्रदायिनी मंत्रामूर्ति सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। ओम आगच्छ देवदेव शते जोरसी जगत्पते मया क्रिया पूजनं गृहानस्तमे श्रीलक्ष्मी वेयाभ्यो नमः। आवाहयामि स्थापयामि ध्यायामि पूजयामि नमो नमः। बोलिए ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विच्चे। ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विच्चे। ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विच्चे। प्रेम से बोले जगदम्बा देवी मैया की जय। Hey everyone, we continue with puja.
What we'll do the 32 names, and then I will start as soon as they're finished, so that we don't run late. Why I'm saying that is that our katha is continuing, and there's so much to talk about in that beautiful story that I would like to try to see as far as I can go with it today. We'll recite the 32 names. Om Ti Shri Durga Dvantrich Namamalaham Durga Durga Dishamani Durga Padhvar Nivarani Durgam Chedani Durga Sadhani Durgamashani Durga Todadani Durga Nihandri Durgamapaham Durgam Jnanada Durga Daitaloka Davanara Durgama Durgama Loka Durgamatma Swarupinim Durgamarga Prada Durgama Vidya Durgamashta Durgam Jnana Sanstana Durgam Dhyana Bhasinim Durgamoha Durgamaga Durgamatha Swarupinim Durgamasura Sanhantri Durgamayudhadharini Durgamangi Durgamata Durgamya Durgameshwari Durga Bhima Durga Bhama Durgabha Durgadharini नामावली मिमामिस्तु दुर्गाया मम मानवः पठेत् सर्वभयान् मुक्तो भविष्यति न संशयः। इति श्री दुर्गा द्वांत्रिश नाममाला समाप्तः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री नवदुर्गा देवी माता की जय। We will have chant as puja is still going.
दुर्गे मैया हमारी दुर्गे मैया। 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 बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ 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 दुर्गे मैया। दुर्गे मैया हमारी दुर्गे मैया। दुर्गे मैया हमारी दुर्गे मैया। बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया। बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया। मंगल करनी चिंता हरनी 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 ओ दुर्गे मैया। बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया। बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया। दीन दयालु परम कृपालु ओ दुर्गे मैया। दीन दयालु परम कृपालु ओ दुर्गे मैया। पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया दुर्गे मैया हमारी दुर्गे मैया दुर्गे मैया हमारी दुर्गे मैया बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया मंगल करनी चिंता हरनी ओ दुर्गे मैया मंगल करनी चिंता हरनी ओ दुर्गे मैया बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे मैया दीन दयालु परम कृपालु ओ दुर्गे मैया दीन दयालु परम कृपालु ओ दुर्गे मैया भक्तों की दुर्गे मैया भक्तों की दुर्गे मैया प्यारी प्यारी मैया प्यारी प्यारी मैया प्यारी प्यारी मैया प्यारी प्यारी मैया बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे 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 मैया दुर्गे मैया हमारी 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 दुर्गे मैया भक्तों की दुर्गे मैया भक्तों की दुर्गे मैया प्यारी प्यारी मैया प्यारी प्यारी मैया प्यारी प्यारी मैया प्यारी प्यारी मैया बाल पुकारे तुमको मैया ओ दुर्गे 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 मैया
प्रेम से बोलो श्री नवदुर्गा देवी मैया की जय। लक्ष्मी माता अष्टकम। Om, we'll sing it after. I'm so sorry. We will begin our pravachan tonight, our reading, as I say, because there's a lot in the story and there's so much that is good in the story that I want to just share it with us all. The serial continues. Episode 3. Do we remember Isha? What was the name of the princess, Beti? Shashikala. She enjoys that name. Let's say it, Shashikala. And we could shake our head like that and go, Shashikala. Hari Om Tat Sat. Yes, Suni. Suna. Shashikala. We spoke yesterday about Mataji and the internalizing of her and how she manifests internally. We spoke about Buddhi, we spoke about Kirti, we spoke about Dhriti, we spoke about Lakshmi Mata, we spoke about Shakti. And if I asked if we remember what all of those words meant, I know you will remember, so I will just help you along to help me to revise. Buddhi is the intellect. Kirti is the fame. Dhriti is fortitude and strength. Lakshmi is wealth. Shakti is the force or energy. Shraddha, faith. Mati, intellect. And Smriti, memory. So these are the ways she manifests within us to help us to move along. Shashikala is thinking of Sudarshan, you remember? And Vyas Ji Maharaj is saying, Sudarshan, although he dwells in the forest, realized a greater happiness than in obtaining a kingdom. Why? By constantly meditating on Devi. And the first lesson is from there. He had no riches. He had no big entourage. He lived in the forest. He was poor. People were saying that he was poor. Why would you want to get your daughter married? They were saying to the king, Subahu is his name. Why would you want to get your daughter married to him? He has nothing. You know what he had, which was the treasure of so many people? And they find and they reach all through their life, and they sometimes find it difficult to get. He had happiness. He had peace. He had purity. He had tranquility. He had contentment. So even though you would think he had nothing, he had everything that was important. You see why I can't get to finish the katha? Because each slok is so beautiful. Shashikala, however, on the other side, begins now getting sick. Why? Because she is not getting Sudarshan. Sudarshan, what does it mean? Think about it, we will talk about it after. But she is not getting Sudarshan, and therefore she is getting sick, and people now have to look after her. Some people will say, well, she's getting lovesick. But you will understand later on what is happening to her. And when her father is seeing what is happening to her, you know, he sends the mother, and this is what happens. We as fathers, sometimes we will tell the children's mother, well, listen, you go and talk to them, because you know what is happening with the daughter. You have the interaction. You have the time. I don't have the time. Maybe sometimes I don't have the patience. Maybe I don't know how to deal with feelings. Maybe I don't know how to recognize feelings. And that is why it's a good thing for dulhans to bring your dulaha as you did today to the mandir. For parents to bring your sons as you have done today, as you will do. Why? Because we have to learn, men, how to emote, how to have compassion, how to understand consciousness and understand feelings. Subahu didn't have it. So he sent her mother instead. And she goes, and her mother puts her on her lap and says, Beti, tell me what happened. She says, Ma, in the hermitage, in the ashram, there's someone that I really, really want to get married to. He's a special person, Sudarshan. And there's nobody else I want to get married to. Leo Apat, third night in a row, Leo Apat. What's going to happen now? She goes back to tell the father. Subahu is the name of the king. When Subahu hears this, he starts to laugh. Really? That is the problem? She doesn't have any other issue? It's not because of a cold or some sickness? She likes somebody and that is why she is so sick? Listen, Sudarshan is a little boy yet. He's telling to his dulhan, he's a little boy yet. He's helpless and he's living with his mother. He's still living with his mother in the ashram. How can I send my beautiful princess to go and live with somebody who himself looks like he needs looking after? Sudarshan, he says, is very unfortunate. So the mother now goes back to try to convince her. She said, Beti, he is such an unfortunate person. He is helpless. And his Mamu I'm saying because it was his other mother, Lilauti's father, not the Mamu, that is his Nana almost. Yudhajit wants to kill him. He's been exiled, and you know what he's eaten? Roots and fruits, a vegetarian diet. What kind of thing is that? You want to go and live there in the forest? I bring up my princess so nice and big, and that is what you want to do. She says, Sudarshan has a brother. He has a brother. Why don't you get married to him instead? Shashikala would have nothing about it. Here's what she says. Ma, he may be living in the forest, but he is the only person I will get married to. Why? Because I have seen him in my dreams as Devi Bhagavati herself came to tell me. So the match is literally, finish it, made in heaven. Literally made in heaven. The Divine Mother has given the blessings. Devi Bhuvaneshwari has pictured his frame firmly in my heart. I will never be able to leave him and get married to any other person. Remember, girls and boys, remember young people, young men and women. This love that she is expressing, and as we say in Trinidad, she gets lost away. This love that she is expressing is in relation to a divine vision that she had, a divine vision that he had, and both of them praying divinely to the mother, both children being worthy children. And the girl is not just picking up with a bad boy somewhere, or the boy is not just picking up with a bad girl. And when I say that, I don't mean a person who is behaving badly. But people sometimes, you know, you go out there and you say they have reputations. And they've gotten reputations, this and that, and however they may have reached to whatever reputation. And then people say, you see who she lime in? You see who he lime? These are the things that happen. And we as parents now have to think. But the Katha talking about the girl liking the boy so much that she gets sick. Yes, but who is the boy? What was his upbringing? What was his priority? Who was he? And you will come to see what happens later on in the Katha. Vyasji says, well, the mother says, well, okay, you come and you tell me this, now what are you going to say? So she's gone back now to tell the father. The father says, you know, I've called a Swayamvar. I've called all the kings and princes from all over to come. But this is a special Swayamvar. There are different types of Swayamvars. There's one Swayamvar where the girl gets to pick the boy. He doesn't have to do any test. There's a Swayamvar like what Sri Ram had to do for Sita Mata. He had to do that particular test. That was that particular Swayamvar. The one that was chosen for Shashikala, Hari Om Tat Sat. Is it tied up? The one that was chosen for Shashikala was that she would choose for herself. But people can only choose for themselves if they know how to choose for themselves. People can only make decisions that are good if they have been taught how to make good decisions. People can only make good decisions if they have been taught how to think, how to weigh what is good, what is bad, what is positive, what is negative, and see what is important. And that is why I commend all of you parents who are here with your children, because that is what you're teaching your children. You are teaching your children how to think about what is important, Not that the riches of the world are important. Remember, that is what the lesson started off with. But what is important is peace of mind and dedication to God. Remember what it was about him. He kept God in his mind at all times. Maya tumko jape raat din mera man. You remember that from yesterday? So that was the person, that was the choice she was making through the blessing of God. You cannot get the blessing of God unless you yourself have prostrated to her to say, I need your blessing, Mataji. Otherwise she will say, well, all right, go now. If you come to her and you bow and you say, listen, Mataji, I need your help, I need your guidance, then she offers it. So now all of the kings have come, and there's this Swayamvar, and a message is sent for Sudarshan. The message is sent, Sudarshan gets the Neuta, and he says, I have to go because the Divine Mother has instructed me to go. His mother says, why are you going? Yudhajit, your Nana is there and he wants to destroy you, he wants to destroy me. Why are you going? What was Sudarshan's response? I have been instructed by the Devi that that is where I have to go and that is where my destiny is. So I will fear nothing. So she says, if you have to go, then I will go too. So both of them go, but she is trembling and quaking because what is going to happen? And they reach, and Yudhajit is there with his grandson. And he hears that Sudarshan is there. And he hears that the Swayamvar is one where the girl gets to pick the boy. Not the strongest is necessarily going to win, but it's the one who the girl chooses. And he hears that the girl has already chosen Sudarshan. Leo Apat by 12. What is going to happen now? So he gets up and he says, listen, I can't allow this to happen. I am not going to allow this to happen. I am going to destroy that boy one time. And his mother is coming too. I'm going to destroy her too one time. All the other kings now come up. All of them come. They say, listen, this is Swayamvar. You can't do things like this. There are rules. You can't fight in the Swayamvar. So he sits down and says, okay. I will wait, let me see what is happening. Subahu, the king, comes out. My daughter has chosen Hadulaha already. Everybody looks around, but she hasn't come out yet. She hasn't seen anybody as yet. Now poor Subahu, the king, the father, has to go back to his daughter to say, well, Betty, at least don't come away a little bit and come out. Come out and just say something, because everybody is here. Everybody is here. And, you know, in Trinidad we say, how are we going to look? Everybody has come. They've come prepared. They are all beautifully dressed and wonderfully dressed, and they all, you know, pomp and pageantry, they're sitting there. At least come out and show your face a little bit. And her response is something that I have to say word for word, because it is an amazing response from this young girl. But remember, who did she pray to? What was the Bij mantra? Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. So she had that wisdom from doing her puja. Here's what she says. Father, I won't go before the kings who are there going to watch me with their lusty eyes. Women like me never go to places like that. Oh. Do you see she's no ordinary person? Women like me do not go to places like that where men with lusty eyes are going to watch me. Some of the words that she says afterwards, I cannot say them exactly, but she was straightforward. I have learned from the religious texts that women should cast their glances on their husbands only and no other. Ah. That woman that goes to places like that, where people are saying, I wish she would be mine, I wish she was going to be mine, her chastity, her respect, her dignity is going to be brought down. I have already settled in my mind. I'm not wavering from that because Mataji has blessed me in that way. 6:52. I have 5 minutes. This is what she says to him. She compares someone who does something like that, to go out to just to commit away like that, just to make other people feel happy in that way, to a person who is not of good reputation. Think of all the words that you can think about in that respect. Those type of people who, get a reputation in a particular way, they are honored during Navraatri. But that is a different katha as to why they are honored during the Navraatri period. So I am not going to put myself, and this is the important thing, to boys and girls, men and women, young men, young women, I am not going to put myself in a position, in a place, in a circumstance where I will be disrespected, where I can possibly be disrespected, where people will have disrespectful thoughts about me. Do you see that Shashikala was not an ordinary person? So when she is thinking in the manner in which she is thinking, she has been blessed by Mataji in that way. So when I said that both of them are not just ordinary people, you will get to know who they are later on in the katha. I will never be able to act like an ordinary woman going to the Swayamvar because I have already made my choice. Father, from the very beginning, I've given myself up to Sudarshan in mind, word, and deed. I have no inclination to leave him. If you are looking after my welfare, then you will get me married one time. Don't wait. I'm not going outside. Imagine the father, poor Subahu. Imagine the father. He has a whole throne room filled with kings, one of them who wants to just sever anybody's head that can pass by. And his daughter, his little princess, is saying, I'm not going. So what does he do? He comes up with a plan. He says, well, what can I do? What can I think about? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell everybody that I've decided to change the rules of the Swayamvar. That the girl not going to choose, that the person who's the strongest and could pass the test that I'm going to put forward is the one who's going to get married for her. Yes, that's a good plan. So he goes out and he tells everybody, but we can't do the test today, come tomorrow. So they all say, all right, that sounds good, because Yudhajit thinks that, his grandson is the most powerful. So, Tatha Astu, they all go home. And when they go home during that day, Subahu goes quickly and gets his daughter married to Sudarshan. Now what's going to happen? Prem se bolo, Shri Navadurga Devi Maya ki Jai. We will try to complete the katha tomorrow. Why? I want everybody to get a chance to also come to do the puja as you have done. I also want for you to want to come back again tomorrow to try to hear the katha. Now here's the thing. You could get a little cheat by staying home and watching it on Facebook, on YouTube. That's okay. If you can't make it, you can't make it. But come tomorrow and we will join in a most wonderful conclusion of this katha. Prem se bolo Shri Navadurga Devi Maya ki Jai. Now we will continue now to recite the Durga Chalisa and other stotras, other bhajans. We will sing, we will enjoy her presence, we will do meditation later if we get the chance. And importantly, those of you who have come prepared to do puja, to make offerings to Mataji, I will ask you to come forward, observe the COVID regulations as we have been doing, one at a time according to benches as we've been doing for the other nights, and enjoy your moment before her. Prem se bolo Shri Navadurga Devi Mata ki Jai.
जय श्री दुर्गा अंबिका जगत पालिनी माँ तुमरो चालीसा अर्जुन की जय मोहि सनातन नमो नमो दुर्गे सुख करणी नमो नमो अम्बे दुख हरणी निरंकार है ज्योति तुम्हारी तीनों लोक फैली उजियारी चंद्र ललाट मुख महाविशाला नेत्र लाल भृगुति विकराला रूप मात को अधिक सुहावी दर्श करत जगति सुख पावी जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे तुम संसार शक्ति लवकीला पालन हेतु धन दीना अन्नपूर्णा हुई जगपाला तुम हो आदि सुंदरी बाला प्रलय काल सब नाशन हारी तुम गौरी शिव शंकर प्यारी शिव योगी तुम्हारे गुण गावे ब्रह्मा विष्णु तुम्हें नित्य ध्यावे ओ मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे रूप सरस्वती का तुम धारा ले सुबोधि ऋषि मुनि न उबारा धरो रूप नरसिंह का अम्बा परगट भई पानी के खम्बा रक्षा कर प्रहलाद बचायो हिरणाकुश को स्वर्ग पठायो लक्ष्मी रूप धारो जग माही श्री नारायण अंग समाही जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे क्षीर सिंधु में करत विलासा दया सिंधु दीजे मन
आसा, हिंगलाज में तुम ही भवानी, महिमा अमित न
जात बखानी। मातंगी
धूमावती माता, भुवनेश्वरी भगना सुखदाता, श्री भैरव तारा जगतारिण,
जीर्ण बाल भवदुख निवारण।
जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया, जय अम्बे
जगदम्बे। के हरि वाहन सोई भवानी,
लांगुर वीर चलत अगवानी,
कर्मी खापर करग विराजे। चाकू
देख काल दरवाजे,
सोहे और अस्त्र त्रिशूला,
जाते उठत शत्रु ही शूला।
नगर कोटि में तुम ही विराजत,
तीनों लोक में डंका बाजत। जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया, जय अम्बे
जगदम्बे। शुंभनि शुंभ
दानव तुम मारे, रक्त बीज संघन संहारी,
महिषासुर नृप
अति अभिमानी, जहि अगभार बड़ी अकुलानी, रूप कराल परी को धारा, सेन सहित तुम तेहि संहारा।
परिगार संतन
पर जब जब भय
साही, मातु तुम
तब तब
जय
अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया, जय अम्बे
जगदम्बे। अभरपुरी अरुवासव लोका,
तब महिमा सब रहे अशोका।
ज्वाला में है ज्योति तुम्हारी, तुम ही सदा पूजते नर नारी। प्रेम भक्ति से जो यस गावे, दुख
दारिद्र निकट नहीं आवे।
ध्यावे तुम जो नर मन लाई,
जन्म मरण ती सोचती जाई। जय अम्बे
जगदम्बे
मैया, जय अम्बे जगदम्बे।
योगी सुर मुनि कहत पुकारी,
योग न होय बिनु शक्ति तुम्हारी।
शंकर
आचार्य तप कीन्हो, काम क्रोध जीती संभलीहो। इस दिन ध्यान धरत
शंकर को,
काहू काल नहीं सुमिरो तुमको। शक्ति रूप को मरम न पायो,
शक्ति गई
तब मन पछतायो। जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया, जय अम्बे
जगदम्बे। शरणागत हुई
कीर्ति बखानी, जय 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 जगदम्ब भवानी।
भई
प्रसन्न आदि जगदम्बा, दई शक्ति नहीं कीन
विलंबा।
भूको मात कष्ट अति घेरो, तुम बिन कौन हरे दुख मेरो। आशा तृष्णा निपट सतावे,
मूरत मोहि
अति दर पावे। जय अम्बे जगदम्बे मैया, जय अम्बे जगदम्बे।
शत्रुनाश की जय महारानी,
तुमिरो एक चित तुम ही भवानी।
करो कृपा ही मातु दयाला,
रिद्धि सिद्धि दे करहु निहाला।
जब लग जियो दया फल पाओ, तुमरो यश में
सदा सुनाओ।
दुर्गा
चालीसा जो गावे, सब सुख भोग परम पद पावे।
देवी दास शरणा निज जानी,
करहु कृपा जगदम्ब भवानी। जय अम्बे जगदम्बे,
मैया जय अम्बे जगदम्बे।
जय अम्बे जगदम्बे, मैया जय अम्बे।
जगदम्बे जय अम्बे
जगदम्बे, मैया जय अम्बे
जगदम्बे।
प्रेम से बोलो श्री जगदम्बा माता की जय। नवरी महालक्ष्मी। You have it up? You have it? No? Huh? Mahalakshmi Ashtakam. Namaste Astu Mahamaye. This beautiful Ashtak was composed by Indra Devata. Is recited as well in the Puranas. When Indra Devata immediately saw Lakshmi Mata emerging from the churning of the ocean, he was moved to recite this beautiful Ashtakam. Namaste astu Mahamaye, Shri Pite Surapujite, Shankha Chakra Gadahaste, Mahalakshmi Namostute. Namaste Garudarudhe, Kolasur Bhayankari, Sarva Papa Hare Devi,
Mahalakshmi Namostute.
Sarvagye Sarva Varade, Sarva Dushta Bhayankari, Sarva Dukha Hare Devi,
Mahalakshmi Namostute.
Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi, Bhukti Mukti Pradayani, Mantra Murti Sada Devi,
Mahalakshmi Namostute.
Adhyaranta Rahite Devi, Adhya Shakti Maheshwari, Yoga Je Yoga Sambhute,
Mahalakshmi Namostute.
Sthula Sukshma Maharaudre, Mahashakti Mahodare, Mahatap Hare Devi, Mahalakshmi
Namostute.
Padmasinasthite Devi, Parabrahma Swarupini, Parameshi Jaganmatar, Mahalakshmi
Namostute.
Shvetambar Dhare Devi, Nanalankar Bhushite, Jagatite Jaganmatar, Mahalakshmi Namostute, Mahalakshmi Namostute, Mahalakshmi Namostute, Mahalakshmi Namostute,
Mahalakshmi Namostute.
Mahalakshmi Ashtakam Stotram, Ye Pate Bhakti Manarah, Sarva Siddhirvapnoti, Rajam Prapnoti Sarvada, Eka Kale Pate Nityam, Mahapapa Vinashanam, Dvikalam Yah Pate Nityam, Dhanadhanya Samanvita, Trikalam Yah Pate Nityam, Mahashatro Vinashanam, Mahalakshmi Bhave Nityam, Prasanna Varada Shubha. Mahalakshmi Namostute, Mahalakshmi Namostute, Mahalakshmi Namostute, Mahalakshmi Namostute. Namaste Astu Mahamaye, Shri Pite Surapujite, Shankha Chakra Gadahaste, Mahalakshmi Namostute. महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते
महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते।
इति श्री इंद्रकृतं महालक्ष्मी अष्टकं संपूर्णं प्रेम से बोलो श्री महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। प्रेम से बोलो श्री महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। देवी मैया Lakshmi Mata in this stotram, she is also revered in the Argala stotram we sang yesterday. So she is the Devi of the Argala stotra. That is why Rupam Dehi, Jayam Dehi, Yasho Dehi, Yasho Dehi. That physical quality, those physical beauties given by the blessing of Mahalakshmi. That is why the Argala stotram sung together in the same manner tonight. भजन स्तोत्रम।
धन जग जननी भवानी ओ राम भवानी ओ राम अचल वरदानी धन जग जननी जननी भवानी ओ रामा भवानी ओ रामा अचल वरदानी जग जग जननी भवानी। जगमग जगमग ज्योति विराजे ज्योति विराजे जगमग जगमग ज्योति विराजे ज्योति विराजे तेज प्रताप विधानी ओ राम विधानी ओ राम अचल वरदानी धन जग जननी भवानी धन जग जननी भवानी ओ रामा भवानी ओ रामा जल वरदानी जय जग जननी भवानी। महिमा गम अपार तुम्हारा अपार तुम्हारो महिमा गम अपार तुम्हारा अपार तुम्हारो शेष सुरेशन जानी हो रामा शेष सुरेशन जानी हो राम जानी हो रामा चल वरदानी चल जग जननी भवानी धन जग जननी भवानी ओ रामा भवानी ओ रामा चल वरदानी धन जग जननी भवानी। दुख हरनी सुख संपत भरनी संपत भरनी दुख हरनी सुख संपत भरनी संपत्ति भरनी भरनी सकल कल्याणी हो राम कल्याणी हो रामा धन जग जननी भवानी धन जग जननी भवानी ओ रामा भवानी ओ रामा चल वरदानी धन जग जननी भवानी धन जग जननी भवानी ओ रामा भवानी ओ रामा चल वरदानी धन जग जननी भवानी।
प्रेम से बोलो श्री जननी मैया की जय। देवी मैया हरिओम।
सतो मा सर्गमे तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमे जीवन में दुख रहे नले स्वर्ग बने वसुधा आने जीवन में दुख रहे नले स्वर्ग बने वसुधा आने सास सास हो मंगल में तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमे मास तो मा सद्गमे तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमे मास तो मा सद्गमे तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमे तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमे तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमे।
प्रेम से बोलो श्री महालक्ष्मी मैया की जय।
लक्ष्मी मैया उतारी तेरी आरती बरसा दो माँ कृपा। लक्ष्मी मैया उतारी तेरी आरती
बरसा दो माँ कृपा।
सबकी नैया दुखों से तू ही तार दी बरसा माँ कृपा। लक्ष्मी मैया उतारी तेरी आरती बरसा दो माँ कृपा। सबकी नैया दुखों से तू ही तार दी बरसा दो माँ कृपा। लक्ष्मी मैया अन धन देने वाले तू ही जग को पाले। अन धन देने वाले तू ही जग को पाले। अन धन देने वाले तू ही जग को पाले। अन धन देने वाले तू ही जग को पाले। दया से तेरी हम सब जीवे सबको तो संभाले। दया से तेरी हम सब जीवे सबको तू संभाले। लक्ष्मी मैया उतारे तेरी आरती
बरसा दो माँ कृपा।
लक्ष्मी मैया तेरी भक्ति जागे मन में निश्चिन करते वंदन। तेरी भक्ति जागे दिल में निश्चिन करते वंदन। तेरी भक्ति जागे दिल में निश्चिन करते वंदन। तेरी भक्ति जागे दिल में निश्चिन करते वंदन। तू है शक्ति परमेश्वर की का तो भव के बंधन। तू है शक्ति परमेश्वर की का तो सबकी बंधन। लक्ष्मी मैया उतारे तेरी आरती बरसा दो माँ कृपा। लक्ष्मी मैया प्रेम के दीप जला के मैया आरती तेरी उतारे। प्रेम के दीप जला के मैया आरती तेरी उतारे। प्रेम के दीप जला के मैया आरती तेरी उतारे। प्रेम का दीप जला के मैया आरती तेरी उतारे। ये जग ज्योति
बरसा दो माँ कृपा।
लक्ष्मी मैया शरण तिहारी आए मैया मंगल तीरथ गाए।
शरण तिहारी आई मैया मंगल कीरत गाए।
शरण तिहारी आए मैया मंगल कीरत गाए।
शरण तिहारी आई मैया मंगल कीरत गाए।
हाथ जोड़ हम विनती कर दी चरण शीश झुकाए।
हाथ जोड़ हम विनती कर दी चरण शीश झुकाए।
लक्ष्मी मैया उतारे तेरी आरती बरसा दो माँ कृपा। सबकी नैया दुखों से तू ही तार दी बरसा दो माँ कृपा। लक्ष्मी मैया उतारे तेरी आरती बरसा दो माँ कृपा। सबकी नैया दुखों से तू ही तार दी बरसा दो माँ कृपा। बरसा दो माँ कृपा। बरसा दो माँ कृपा।
Before I sing, I just wanted to just say and give the sankalp now that by Devi's grace, if we're able to be here on Saturday to do for Ashtami Day, I would like to recite on that night the Devi Kavach for those of us who are here for our protection. So we can join in then. I will try and get the words to you. भोर भये भोर भये दिन चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे। भोर भये दिन चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे। हो रही जय जय कार मंदिर विच आरती जय मां। भोर भये दिन चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे। भोर भये दिन चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे। हो रही जय जय कार मंदिर विच आरती जय मां। हे दरबारा वाली आरती जय मां। ओ पहाड़ा वाली आरती जय मां। When we fill our lives with Mataji, you know, the love that we would have for her, we do arti in each moment and each step that we take. It is filled only with love for her. काहि दे मैया तेरी आरती बनावा। काहि दे मैया तेरी आरती बनावा। काहि दे पावा विच बाती मंदिर विच आरती जय मां। सोहे चोले वाली आरती जय मां। हे मां पहरा वाली आरती जय मां। भोर भये दिन चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे। भोर भये दिन
चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे।
हो रही जय जय कार मंदिर विच आरती जय मां। कौन सुहागन देवा बाले आ मेरी मैया। कौन सुहागन देवा बाले आ मेरी मैया। कौन जागेगी सारी रात मंदिर विच आरती जय माँ सचिया जोता वाली, आरती जय माँ हे पहाड़ा वाली, आरती जय माँ। भोर भये दिन चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे, भोर भये दिन चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे, हो रही जय जय कार मंदिर विच,
आरती जय माँ।
सर्व सुहागन देवा बालिया मेरी अम्बे, सर्व सुहागन देवा बालिया मेरी रंबे, ज्योति जागेगी सारी रात मंदिर विच, आरती जय माँ हे माँ पंडा वाली, आरती जय माँ हे माँ तिकुटा रानी, आरती जय माँ। भोर भये दिन चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे, भोर भये दिन चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे, हो रही जय जय कार मंदिर विच, आरती जय माँ ओ दरबा मारी, आरती जय माँ हे पहाड़ा वाली, आरती जय माँ। जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया, जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी। तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी, तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी ओ मैया, जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय
अम्बे गौरी
ओ मैया, जय अम्बे गौरी मैया,
जय अम्बे गौरी।
मांग सिंदूर विराजत मृग पद कोटि को, मांग सिंदूर विराजत टीको मृग मद को, उज्ज्वल से दो नैना, उज्ज्वल से दो नैना, चंद्रवदन निको, जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया, जय अम्बे
गौरी
मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी। कनक समान कलेवर रक्तांबर राजे, कनक समान कलेवर रक्तांबर राजे, रक्त पुष्प गले माला, रक्त पुष्प गले माला, कंधन पर साजे, जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय अम्बे गौरी ओ मैया,
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय अम्बे गौरी। ये हरि वाहन राजत खड्ग कपरधारी, ये हरि वाहन राजत खड्ग कपरधारी, सुर नर मुनि जन
सेवत, सुरमन मुनि सन सेवत,
जिनके
सतुरारी, जय अम्बे गौरी मैया, जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया, जय अम्बे
गौरी मैया, जय अम्बे गौरी ओ मैया,
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया,
जय अम्बे गौरी ओ मैया,
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया,
जय अम्बे गौरी ओ मैया,
as we conclude our puja tonight, as we come before the Divine Mother in all her splendor, as we come before her with all humility, with all sincerity, with love and devotion, we surrender ourselves completely to you, Ma. You are all compassionate, you are all merciful, you are all knowing, you are present everywhere. Where is there that you are not? As we surrender ourselves to you tonight and ask for your blessing upon us, we also pray for those persons who are ill, those persons who have lost their loved ones, those persons who have lost their mothers. May you, O Ma, shower your blessings and uplift us all. As we surrender ourselves in this final stotra, let us offer our prayer to the Divine Mother.
तदपि जन जानी श्रुति महो न जावानं ध्यानं तदपि जन जानी श्रुति कथा न जाने मुद्रास्ते तदपि जन जानी विलिपनं परं जाने मातः त्वदनुसरणं क्लेशहरणं विधिरज्ञाने द्रविणविदहीना लसतया विधिरकृत्वा तव चरणननयोर्याच्युतिर्भूता तदेतक्षन्त्वं जननि सकलधारिणि शिवे कुपुत्रो जाये क्वचिदपि कुमाता न भवति
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ असतो मा सर्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। आज शक्ति जगदम्बा देवी मैया की जय, महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। प्रेम से बोले श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। Turn to those around you, सब कोई जय सीताराम जय सीताराम जय सीताराम। Brothers and sisters, we wish you a very safe journey when you leave here tonight to your respective destinations. We have a very powerful and productive day tomorrow, and we look forward to seeing you again with us tomorrow evening from 6 p.m. as we continue with puja. Please be reminded that we continue nightly. On Saturday, we will be observing Durga Ashtami, and on that evening, we will start a bit earlier. So we will start puja on Saturday at 5:30, not at 6. So we invite you to come for 5:30 on Saturday. On Sunday morning, we culminate as we observe Ram Navami, and that will begin at 9:30 a.m. So we invite you for 9:30 a.m. on Sunday as we culminate with Ram Navami. I want to extend very warm welcome to Krishna, who is here, Auntie, who is here. Auntie, welcome to you. And of course, how could I forget Crystal and Tony? We want to welcome you back and Hope you have a longer visit than before. Jai Sitaram, everyone.
Sitaraman, I also want to thank Tara Dutt for coming today to play tabla for us. Excellent. We appreciate you taking the time. He will be with us as well later on in the week. On the days when Ustad Ashtak is not here, then Tara Dutt will be here.